Representative Al Green ejected from Trump address after calling out the lies. Here it is.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Put up this screenshot that we have. I want you to pay attention. You see the white fella on the right over there? Look at his face. I mean, he looks like he's late for a Klan rally. Anyway, last night, Trump's joint address to Congress, which is normally known as the State of the Union, was quite eventful. The most memorable moment came as Representative Al Mother Green was forcibly removed from the House chamber. Green interrupted Trump's speech by shouting, quote, "He has no mandate. He has no mandate," in regards to Trump potentially cutting Medicaid, which, by the way, is a broken promise. So we won't touch Medicaid. Republicans said nobody's touching Medicaid. Obviously, Medicaid is getting more than touched. Green told reporters after leaving that chamber that it's worth it to let people know that there are some people who are going to stand up to Trump. Quote, "I'm willing to suffer whatever punishment is available to me. Whatever the punishment is, I'm not fighting the punishment." He said that immediately afterwards. Representative Green, an 11-term Democrat from Houston, Green arrived at the chamber early on Tuesday afternoon to claim a seat on the aisle, directly in front of Trump. As he shouted during the speech, Republicans they attempted to drown him out, chanting, "USA, USA, USA," and also sit down. Speaker Mike Johnson later told reporters he should be censured by the House for the outburst. But Republicans obviously seem to have a very short memory. This is a little bit of payback. I think it was okay to happen given the current context of the American political system and how the office of the White House, the institution itself, is basically branded into nothing. Remember this? Specifically when Marjorie Taylor Greene had an outburst during Biden's State of the Union 2023. Yeah, they were good with that. That was all good. Not a problem. The rest of the night was about what you would expect. So Trump threw all claims of bipartisanship out the window. No bipartisanship here. It was a red meat speech that appeared more intent on ginning up the president's MAGA base than appealing to the broader coalition of people who came together to elect the president. To say nothing of the more than 75 million people who voted for his opponent. The address was reminiscent of his many grievance-fueled campaign trail speeches, not indicative of a president focused on putting the past aside and focusing on governing. It's uncommon for a president to mention their predecessor by name in an address to Congress, let alone mention them 16 times. He laid into the ridiculous Green New Scam, as he says, his nickname for Biden's environmental policies, and the prior administration's, quote, insane electric vehicle mandate. He said the Biden administration's immigration policy had been allowed to, quote, destroy our country. At one point, Trump appeared to directly threaten Democrats who are thinking of opposing congressional action to extend his 2017 tax cuts. He said that if they didn't, quote, I believe the people will ever vote you into office. I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office, end quote. Meanwhile, some Democrats responded by holding signs that said Musk steals, quote, save Medicaid and, quote, protect veterans. All right, those are actual issues that everyday people are dealing with, which Republicans thought was laughable. Even other Democrats are saying it was ineffective and lazy. Simone Sanders, Townsend, posted that the protests resembled a game of bingo. Why are Democrats just sitting there? The signs are not landing. It is giving bingo. Sigh. We're screwed. It's an ish show. It's horrible. It is worse than we ever could have imagined. We are not even like into the year good yet. It's happening. But here's the dynamic that's quite interesting. You see, all the veterans that believed in Trump, well, they're losing their jobs. Those that are working for the VA and other installations in the government, they're not being heard. Their members of Congress are running away from them at town halls. The economic policy be damned. 25% tariff against Canada, 25% tariff against Mexico. What does that do? Well, that's a fancy word for tax. And that means the consumer will have to pay more or simply do without. Well, on top of having less disposable income, because the federal government is the #1 singular employer of Black folk in the United States of America, and by extension, everybody else. So from contractors to everyday federal employees, they are on the chopping block. 10% here, 25% there, 30% here. You're creating a situation where there's no way possible to avoid a depression. You have less income, less employment, less access to services. What do you think is going to happen? And now individuals who are conservatives, who are economically conservative, who are fiscally conservative, who have been socially conservative, from Steve Bannon to others, they are actually complaining about this administration and the way this administration is going about its duties. Well, what changed? He said he would protect Medicaid. He told you this will be a thoughtful process. He said that he cared about the veterans. He told you he loved the veterans, and you believed it. No, what he loved were the uneducated. And that is how he got into office. It was a propaganda campaign. And in order for you to support him, he can't believe in you. He doesn't really support you. He does not advocate for you. He despises you. He thinks you're stupid to believe the lies that they continue to peddle. That's why he doesn't care about holding himself accountable to what he said he would do for you. Yeah, he let the Jan 6 terrorists go. How did that help you? How? Tell me. He let them go. He set them free. How did that help you? He may tweet some stuff that's holistically bigoted and racist, and you celebrate that text. You celebrate the post. You repost it. How is that helping your child eat? It's not. He knows that he can fuel his continued reign based on manipulating your emotional bigotry. Dear brother, thoughts here?
Well, cults do be culting, okay? This is a cult. The cheering, the jeering, the singing over a removal. And by the way, did we see how Trump had him removed? Did you see the look, the entitlement, the in control? I'm all about respecting the office of the presidency. I am a big believer of that. However, the same crew that doesn't shake hands, that calls first ladies men and monkeys, all of a sudden care about respect.
Right.
That's very interesting to me.
That part.
The USA, by the way, that chant, USA, 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 not only is Al Green a representative of the USA, not only is he a diehard American, but USA, the United States of America, is built on speaking up and speaking out and freedom of speech. That is the foundation of this country. It's how it was formed to begin with. So for anyone chanting USA, you're chanting in in order for that to happen, not against it. That's something you should think about.
That's right.
We'll see how it goes. It's only been a month. It's been a month.
Man, it has been the longest damn month we have.
This is month one. This is month one. I can't wait till the pictures of him all over the highways. Then we're gonna be like, what? What? Right. My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you.
Right. The USA was founded by protesters, ironically.